Welcome to Google Earth.
It really was.
Explore the planet throughout time and space.
Okay, Siri, nearest McDonald's now.
Give me McDonald's.
Cool.
Okay.
All
This
right.
time, we did it.
This time on Systems in Play, we fucking did it. You don't know. Hey guys, you don't know how hard that was to stand up and turn on the camcorder just now, but by golly, we did it.
Yeah, if you didn't know, if we hadn't told this story before, we found the camcorder we used to make these videos in the trash, in the dump. So the buttons are crusted in like old pieces of food, and like you have to like jam a toothpick inside the record button to get it to work. And our mics are awful, and they're hung from the ceiling with thumbtacks, and they're constantly falling onto the ground. This is a professional. This is a professional setup that we have here. Welcome to Systems in Play, everybody. We're coming at you live from GMTK 25.
Hello. I'm CJ.
And I'm Sam.
I think we forgot to do that.
When was the last time we've even introduced ourselves?
Dude, I don't know. I forget who I am sometimes, brother.
Dude felt.
So let's start this off right this time, guys.
All right.
We're participating in the GMTK Jam 2025. A game jam is a a timed event in which you have to make a game. All right. We have 4 days to make a video game. This time, anyway.
Yeah. For this one, we've got 4 days. GMTK is a YouTube channel stands for Game Maker's Toolkit. It's run by Mark Brown. Very good channel. Highly recommend you check it out if you have not heard of it. He does a game jam every year. Each jam has a different theme. And this year, the theme is loop.
Loop, loop, loop. That's it. Just one word.
Yep.
Loop.
Nothing crazy.
Nope.
Nothing fancy. Loop.
Yep. He's been doing his game jam since 2017. And his themes have been Downwell's dual purpose design for 2017, genre without mechanic in 2018, only one in 2019, out of control in 2020, joined together in 21, roll the dice in 22, roles reversed in 23, and the one we participated in last year, 24, built to scale.
Built to scale. Check out our video from last year.
Check out our video from last year. It was fun.
It was really fun. We've got a heck of a week ahead of us, or a heck of a 4 days.
Yeah.
3.5 days.
Yeah. We're already a day down. But we're much farther than we were before.
We are much farther than we've ever been before, but I suppose we'll get to that.
Yeah, more to come.
So today around noon, the theme dropped. We watched the video on his channel announcing that it was Loop, and a little bit after that, we jumped on a Discord call and started planning out ideas. What was your initial reaction when you heard Loop? Like, what was the first thing that popped into your head?
First thing that popped in my head was roguelikes. I knew there were going to be a bunch of roguelikes, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
A, because there's going to be a bunch of roguelikes, and B, because there's going to be a bunch of roguelikes.
Yeah.
I do want to make a roguelike eventually, but not today, Sam. Not today.
No. We've never actually made a roguelike, which is,
Granted, we haven't made too many games.
No, and they've all been pretty small or like copycat games.
Yeah.
But like for the amount of roguelikes we've played, we've never made one.
And then after roguelikes, my mind immediately went to music loops, because I like music. I listen to Spotify all the fucking time. So my mind immediately went to music loops. How could we make a game about making loops without just making like GarageBand or something?
Right.
But more to come on that. That did come into play in one of the ideas we had, but we'll talk about those in a sec. Where did your mind go initially?
My initial thought was like some kind of a lasso system, or like
That's right.
some method of like taking something and like either shooting it out and looping it back around. My mind was very much in the camp of like the Pokemon Ranger games, where you had to take your stylus and draw a circle around the Pokemon. I never actually played those games, but for whatever reason, that mechanic came to my mind immediately.
Shout out to Goomba Wranglers, the Mario Party game of all time.
It sounds like maybe the exact same thing.
It is just drawing circles around Goombas with your DS stylus.
Hey, you have a stylus, you got to use it.
It was fun as hell. I loved it.
So yeah, those were our first initial ideas, and then in that initial session, I don't think we really came up.
Wait, before you go too far.
Okay.
Also, the first thing that came to my mind was this.
Well, now that is pretty funny.
Okay.
Brother, loop time.
I'm glad you're on the same page. I didn't have to say anything. You knew exactly what I was talking about. You didn't even turn your head to look at the TV. You knew what was on that TV.
Dude, yeah. So yeah, I think based off those two initial concepts, we each kind of hashed out a pseudo idea from there. Our first one, based off the loop, was like a sort of music RPG adjacent thing where you would have to like make a song essentially where your attacks happen on beat, but you have to sequence the beats at the beginning of a round, and then it loops through the same set of notes, and that has to last you, a certain number of rounds. Help me.
No, you make a loop at the beginning of a round, and it just keeps looping through that. It's like an idle fighter that just keeps looping through that loop until the fight's over. Either you win or you lose.
Right.
Addendum to that, though, was initially it started out as a platformer where you make a loop, like a music loop in a MIDI, like a MIDI music loop, and the notes are represented by like squares or something that you can stand on. So you make the loop, and then you have to go through the level by jumping from square to square. And then Sam was like, "What if I just made 4 whole notes and walked to the end of the stage?" I'm like, "That's a good point. That's a bad idea." And then Sam came up with the whole, what if instead of platforming, the loops were ways to attack in like a JRPG type system. And I was like, I love that.
I really like the idea too. I can vision it in my head very distinctly.
This made me want to make a roguelike, because you said that, and I was like, oh, dude, it could be a roguelike where you unlock new notes, and the notes have different elements and shit. And I'm like, oh, this could be a roguelike. I want to make a roguelike.
I can't help but imagine like personified versions of each of the types of notes. You have like, your standard quarter note, but maybe you have like a swift and sneaky eighth note assassin, and your mega armored whole note bruiser.
Yeah.
I think that could be pretty cool. I think there's legs to that idea. But after kind of getting to that point with this idea, we shelved it and moved on, because I think it's good practice to just not go with your first idea.
It was a good idea, but I also like, in the initial thoughts, I think we kind of overscoped it. Just by talking about it, I was like, this is going to take, I think, a lot more work that we can do in 4 days.
Right.
At where we're at now, like maybe in the future we could do that shit.
Right.
I don't think we could pump that out in 4 days right now.
Yeah. No, the skill issue.
Skill issue. Yes.
And then so the next one, we kind of tried to play around with the lasso idea. I think CJ suggested maybe an ice skating type thing.
Yeah.
Where you skate around and you go in a circle around a character, and it makes them fall into the ice or like knocks them over, and they look really sad because you just got stunted on.
That was my initial thoughts. Was you're just a really skilled ice skater, and you go to like a public skating rink, and there's just like people, their families out skating, and you skate a circle around them, and they get really depressed and leave. And that was the whole game. They like I don't know. I didn't get that far into the gameplay features. I just thought it'd be funny. That was one of the ideas.
Yeah.
Turns out that's a game on Nitro.
Yeah. Turns out it's almost literally the exact game you described, just themed around Yetis instead.
Yeah.
I kind of mentally played around with the idea of maybe more like a boomerang or kind of like a Yondu Guardians of the Galaxy, his little whistle arrow thing where you control it, but it always comes back to you. But nothing was really jumping out to me. We had, but after that point, I had to go back to work and work for a few more hours. But as I'm writing up some reports for my boss, I would just occasionally have a spark of inspiration and desperately write it out to CJ as fast as I can and send it to him with zero context.
I got some of the best like shit post game ideas ever, like crack pipe, Pepe Sylvia stuff, and I was like, I live for all of these. These are all good.
The first one, if you're familiar with the game Line Rider, it's a classic game. You draw a line and a little guy on a toboggan rides on it. And you can do loops and there's all kinds of cool stuff. I think it's playable in the browser still. You could probably look up some cool videos online. So combine that game with a art project called the Euthanasia Coaster. It's basically a roller coaster that is designed to humanely kill somebody by starving their brain of oxygen by putting them on increasingly tiny loops. And then you just like slowly black out and then you never wake up.
Dude, there's nothing peaceful about roller coasters, brother.
A peace depends on how you think about peace.
True.
So I thought about like a game where you have to make Line Rider go through a like you have if they spend a certain amount of time in a loop that decreases their health by a certain amount, but you only have a limited number of track, and then you have to like that was about as far as the idea got before I was like, okay.
I was rolling, dude. I was rolling.
We also promised that we're not going to do any knockoff games this time.
Yeah, because our last few games we've made have been Snake, Tetris. Mm-hmm. That's it. Those are the only 2 jams we've been in, actually. This will be our 3rd jam.
Yeah. And to be fair, like we're still just getting started, and that's a really good place to start. Is just like take another thing and then iterate on it. Mm-hmm. But we're past that. We're big boys now.
Yeah. I got my big boy pants now. I'm ready. I'm ready to not do that ever again. No, I still think it's good to do, just not this time, dude. We told ourselves going into it we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. And then the last idea, I think. So that one we got canned because number 1, I don't know how you would really make an interesting game out of it. Number 2, it's not. It broke our rule. And then the last one was a stealth game where you have a big key ring on your pants and you have to walk around an office and steal people's keys, trying not to get caught. But the more keys you get, the more...
Stop there. Sam said this. I was reading this through Discord, and he said the more keys you get, and my brain connected the sentence. I was like, oh, you're just going to jingle louder and louder. No. Finish your sentence, Sam.
The more keys you get, the more likely it is that your pants fall down because the keys are too heavy.
I lost my shit, dude. I lost my shit because my brain went one way and then I finished the sentence and died, dude. I was like, no, I like this better. This is much better.
I from a gameplay perspective, your idea also like okay, yeah, it gets louder. You're making more noise. It makes it like there's a good gameplay loop in there somewhere.
Oh. God.
The biggest problem is it's not really loopy enough.
Yeah.
Like the key ring is really the only thing.
That's like the most literal definition of a loop as well.
And we were like, maybe you're like looping through an office, having to memorize people's pet, but
Yeah.
it felt a little forced.
There was one more idea that you came up with that we didn't talk about. The circular platformer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So the idea was, initially I thought about Mario Galaxy, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's been done a million times at this point, both in 2D and 3D. But I'm like, well, what if you were like basically inside of a donut, where you start at the top, and there is a wall dividing the very top. Immediately to the counterclockwise of you is the flag, but it's separated by the wall. You have to go all the way around clockwise and get to the flag. So the first half of the donut, you're going down, and you're collecting like hooks or some kind of like grapple component. That then when you get to the other side of the donut, you have to use the items you collected on the way down to scale back up. I think you described it as like down well on the first half and then getting over it with Bennett Foddy on the second half.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I love it. That one, I was convinced that's the one we were going to do. Until Sam said, I have a kind of a dumb one that I just thought of while sitting in a drive-through the other day.
I was getting Burger King before we met tonight, and I had well, let me. I'll give a slight. So this is based off of an interaction I had the other day. So we're in the drive-through at the Golden Arches. We've ordered our food. We're about to get it, and then suddenly my wife is like, "I forgot. I did not know they had blueberry pie. I really want a blueberry pie. That sounds so good." So we're like, "Well, okay. I guess we'll just go back through the line." And I'm like, "Well, shit. I forgot a drink." And then my other friend was like, "I didn't get." So we had all forgot something. So we like get to the line, we pick up our food, and I look at the lady, I'm like, "I'll see you later." We go back through the line, like quickly putting in the order in the app as fast as we can, going back through the line, go through, get our second order, see the lady. She has kind of a look on her face, and I go, "I'll see you later." And then we pull out. I never see her again. Anyway, all that story that probably sounds funnier in my head. I just had that plus the song, hit song by Weird Al, "Trapped in the Drive-Thru." I got this idea of like, what if you were like stuck in the drive-thru, constantly having to go through and like get people's orders. Like as soon as you get out of line, somebody texts you and is like, "Hey, I forgot I want fries." So you have to go back to the beginning of the line forever. That is the loop.
Literal fast food purgatory.
I'm just immediately like, "Oh my God, I forgot. I cannot do this without my Diet Dr. Kelp."
So Sam told me this, and like, in my mind, I immediately pictured like a top-down view of you in the line, and there's a little speech bubble or something connecting to your car, and you can see the text you got from someone saying, "Hey, I need this," and it's pictures, right? Mm-hmm. And you get, like, while you're waiting, you can see this text, and then you get to the line order. Actually, we didn't explain how like the gameplay loop itself.
No. You're doing a good job. So like, yeah, you get the text, and it's like a picture of what I want. You know, a bun and 3 burger patties and a piece of cheese, and then maybe like a burger with 15 pieces of lettuce on it. Like, you know, there's images that correspond to their order. Right.
But I think initially though, you said that at first you wanted it to be like to have speech recognition or something like that. Yeah. So initially what it was you get the text, you'd go through the line, and then you'd get to the cashier, and you'd have to tell them, exactly what you want. And every time you mess up, they get a little more angry, a little more angry. And then when they yell at you, it's game over. That's how Sam explained it to me. I'm like, hell yeah. What if instead of voice recognition, though, because that sounds like ass, we have pictures that you pick from that are just slightly different,
Right,
like
right.
someone says, I want a burger with onion, lettuce, tomato. And then you get there and there's 3 options: a burger with onion, lettuce, tomato, a burger with lettuce, tomato, and a burger with lettuce. And you have to pick the right one, or
Right.
else the employee gets a little mad.
It is 100% like, if you're an introvert, this game is your hell. You're gonna hate this game.
He told me this idea, and I'm like, that's too real, and I hate it because I feel that. I feel that so hard, dude.
It is based off like the irrational fear of like ordering at a drive and you being like, oh, like, what did you want? What did you say you want? Will you lean over me and just tell the lady what you want? But no, you can't. It's the fear and the pressure of having to memorize somebody's insane order and speak it into the box.
For anyone that when you're at a drive-through and they tell you, I didn't hear all that, could you speak louder? And you get a pit in your stomach. This is for you. This game's for you. This game's for me.
For anybody who, when they are the second car, like there's one car in front of you and you're about to go up, you turn off the music and sit quietly while you practice the order in your head. This game is for you. Or maybe it's not for you, depending on how you look at it.
And for anyone that thinks we're freaks right now, this game's not for you. You can move on. I'm glad you're well adjusted.
I'm glad nobody's ever yelled at you for speaking too quiet. And then you speak more quietly because of it, somehow.
Oh, it's just getting too real. It's getting too real. Oh, man.
So yeah, we got to about this point in explaining the game, and then I think we just, through mutual agreement, started working. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think there was a point we were like, yeah, this is what we're doing. We just kept going.
I like this idea. I want to make this a game. This sounds funny.
And it's very, like, feels very doable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just matching things. Is it really that much harder than like the game memory that you used to play with like cards?
Yeah. I think all the flair, all the points we're gonna get is gonna be from how funny it is. I hope anyway. I want this to be a fun, funny experience.
Yeah. And to that end, in addition to, like, we had our goal of, we're not going to copy something. We're going to come up with a unique game idea. We also took a slightly different approach to this one in terms of like our how we're approaching designing the game. And really the main thing is, like, in the past we work together to get an idea, and then we both kind of like separately go off and start working on things. This time what we've done is we're basically sitting right next to each other and writing the entire game, or most of the game together. But I mean, I'm typing, CJ's watching, but like providing, he's the man in the chair.
Yeah.
But
I believe like that's called pair programming is what you called it.
yeah.
Professionally.
It's a thing that I've picked up from my job recently that other people have been doing, and it seems to be really helpful. And I mean,
would say so.
Let the results speak for themselves. We have a working prototype. It's not the whole game by any means, but like, we've got, you can pick the burger. It pops up. It shows, the UI is not good, but that's not the point. We have like a system of the game that is in play.
We have a working prototype on day one, which has never happened on any of our game jams, any of the other projects we work on that aren't game jams. It's never happened.
No, this is new territory for us.
It really is.
And part of that, thanks, Mark, was inspired by Mark Brown in his Discord channel, basically saying like the first day you should have a working prototype. And I didn't think it was possible, but here we are.
I remember you telling me that and being like, "That's crazy. We're not going to do that." And we fucking did it.
Dude, yeah, and we didn't even have the full day.
Yeah.
We've been working for like 3 or 4 hours max.
Yeah, no, we cranked that out pretty fast. But yeah, we're telling you all this so that when it gets later in the video and you see that we're not done and we're stressed and it's day 4 and we have nothing completed, you can look back and laugh at us. You can point at us. You can timestamp this and laugh.
Yeah.
I want you to timestamp right here with just LOL. That's it.
Please do that. Please do exactly that.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, we got this.
Yeah, no. We for comparison, if you go back and watch our devlog for last year's game, Stretcherous, we did not have Stretcherous working until like I think it ended at Sunday at noon. I think we had it working, playable Saturday at like 3 a.m. And then the rest of the time was really spent just like publishing it.
Yeah. I don't think we had a prototype, did we, dude?
No, we were just like, oh yeah, we'll just make Tetris.
It can't be that fucking hard. It's Tetris, though. It's a phenomenon. Like, it was master fleet I'm gonna fucking die, dude. I'm gonna fucking die.
We were like trying to program it using like rotational physics and colliders and there was some misguided approaches, but I do think like even if we made those same mistakes up front, I think if we had made them together and had both known,
right,
like I had to spend, because I did the UI and the art for the last one, I had to spend so much time just like looking at his code and understanding how it worked and adding, like it was so much more work than I think it needed to be. And I felt bad because you were just like coding the entire time where I'm like, ooh, hey, CJ, look, I drew a pretty square.
No, here's the thing. Unreleased or released thing, the next thing that's coming out, our Cyberpunk, I don't know if we've talked about that yet.
Oh, yeah.
Our other video about our other game jelly thing, we switched roles, kind of.
Yeah.
You were doing the coding and I was doing the art. I'm not going to lie, I prefer the coding. That was stressful as hell. I'm really bad at doing the art.
I think I like doing the art. I code all day at my job, and sometimes I get on the computer, I'm like, there's nothing left. There's no gas in the tank.
Dude, numbers make sense to me. Colors do not. Colors are just numbers that I can't decode.
Dude, you can. It's called a hex.
I know, but I can't. I can't. No, I much prefer the coding part of stuff. But yeah, no, everything we've worked on so far, we've like split off, and poor Sam has had to decipher my fucking spaghetti code. And I've had to decipher my own spaghetti code because I don't have someone looking over my shoulder remembering how it all works. But this time, Sam fucking coded, and I was behind him and just sort of watched how it was working, and like, helped him when I could. Mm-hmm. And we did it, dude.
Yeah.
It took like no time at all for us to pump out a nice prototype for this.
Yeah, this was amazing. Like in terms of day one progress, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I did not expect to get this. Like, if you would have asked me at 12:01 today if we would have had a working prototype, I would have said you're an idiot. I would have been like, shut up, stop teasing me. But here we are. It's great. It's great.
Hell yeah.
I'm feeling really good. I think we have a good strategy for the art and the assets as well. I think we're going to rely a little bit more on images rather than like actual drawings and stuff this time. We'll let that speak for itself as it gets to that point.
Stock images, here we come. Stay tuned. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell, listener, dear listener, can you tell in the 1 second of time difference, a drop in quality and enthusiasm? Can you tell that we're more beaten down than yesterday? I can.
I can't. I feel the exact same. No, I'm fucking tired, dude.
Yeah, I'm tired. But hey, it went pretty good.
Yeah. The I think we talked about it last time. Paired programming, it works really well.
Pair programming is a god tier strategy. We two heads are better than one. I feel like when we're working together, we form a new, larger brain that is more powerful than either one of our brains individually.
Yeah. It's both a larger brain that can do more, but also it's like twice the neuroticism sometimes. Getting caught up on some of the small things, like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Both of us, dude. Both of our neuroticisms are just exponential when we're working on the same thing.
Yeah, I can tell. Sometimes I'm like, I'm being really particular about how this thing is done, and it doesn't really matter if we use an enum or if we don't use an enum or if we use a dictionary or like, we don't have to type everything. We don't have to type every function, but
dude, yeah, no, I'll be like, dude, camel case here, underscore there, yes, no, underscore camel case. Technical difficulties.
Anyway, pair programming is awesome.
Yeah.
If you have a partner, you should try it. Also, I think I think there are a lot of great solo devs out there who can do things on their own, but that could never be me. And I think I feel like some people might kind of romanticize the idea of the solo dev, of the person who fulfills their vision from beginning to end, just on their own. And that's cool. I respect it. I really do. Like people like Toby Fox and Concerned Ape. I think it's awesome. I think it's boring compared to like working with like who needs. Maybe I'm biased, but I think two is better than one for making games, making YouTube channels, whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's more interesting things that come from the shared pool of ideas.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
I'm off the freaking chain tonight, dude. My brain is so dead.
Dude, same. Why are our brains dead? What did we do today?
All right. We made the game. Made the game. The Mr. Brown, our Lord and Savior, told us that we had to have a prototype ready yesterday. Done. Well, going into it, we said there's no way. We did it anyway.
Yeah.
Today he said you should have the entire game done, minus polish, artwork, music. Like you should have a functional game by the end that has all the mechanics you want to do. And guess what? Done.
We did it. Like we have the entire game. No pun intended. The entire game loop is done.
Yeah.
Like there's an end screen when you beat it. There is a beginning. We don't have an opening menu yet, but like that's the polish part.
Yeah. You start the game and you can play a game, an ugly game, but a game from beginning to end.
Look at that shit. God. Brother.
It's and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know. We can go into a little bit more detail. What do you think was like the most interesting part of the game that we worked on for you? And I'll give you a second to think about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really liked doing, and I think a lot of this really came down to you. Seeing the traffic come together was really cool. Seeing, so we have all of our assets, as you can see, are Godot heads, the default Godot icon, because that's good programming. We have little cars moving around the screen, moving around the drive-through building, and they stop whenever there's another car in front. They like slow down appropriately. They'll stop at the window. They'll stop at the pickup window. It's like a functioning traffic system. And I think I said earlier, it looks like we have little ants that we've made, and they're like doing their own thing. They're trucking away.
We have simulated traffic, and it is true. Jams happen for no reason.
It's true. It really, like, you stop one randomly and it just cascades into this traffic jam that lasts way longer.
I think my favorite part had to be like when all of the systems that we had made started coming together. It was so satisfying that you stop. So yesterday we made the prototype, which was the pick the right choice, and that was it. That's all we had. Pick the right choice, it moves on. Pick the wrong choice, it stops. It decreases time. We had that done. Today we made the traffic and like little building you go around. Having that to where when you go up to the window, it starts the game, and then once you're done, it leaves that satisfying feeling of just it all just working together. That was my favorite part.
It was like I wrote the code for it. I did it, but like seeing the order show up on your phone and then that same order being in the menu when you're picking was really, I was like, whoa, this programming thing is really interesting, huh?
Call me basic, but it working was my favorite part.
Dude, no. I felt this. I'm like, man, this just really all came together, didn't it?
And it really sort of felt like we just sort of blacked out and woke up and it was done.
Dude, it really did kind of feel like that. Literally, where did the past 10 and a half hours go?
Dude, I don't know. Man, there are people in the Discord showing like their art and stuff, and their games look like leagues better. It's like, how do you do so much work in so little time, dude?
Yeah. We've got a lot of time. This is the most time we've had to focus on polish. And I mean, we always had a lot of time to focus on art because we would just do that before the game started.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that this time. We did everything with the stupid Godot icon, the default SVG file. We everything's ugly. It's bad. But now tomorrow we get to like make it look interesting.
I think all the game jams and game jellies we've been a part of, this is the first time that confidently we can say tomorrow we get to do the fun stuff.
Yeah. We've said that before, and we've played through the game from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any. I'm sure there will be some issues and some bugs that come up, but we don't have any major surprises that I'm anticipating. And we get to do the fun part. We get to get to do the art, get to do a bunch of really bad Photoshops and then crush them down really small to make them look cool. It's going to be a really good time.
Get to do the music. Probably one of the best music videos I've ever seen, which is a parody of the best music video I've ever seen. Oh, man. Look up Trapped in the Drive-Thru. I know we talked about this in the last one, but that's what our entire game is based on. You don't have to play our game. Just go watch that video, and you've got it all. You have to watch the whole thing, though. That's the caveat.
You have to watch the whole thing, and then you have to watch all of the Trapped in the Closet. Watch the bootleg version on YouTube where they've condensed the first hour and a half of Trapped in the Drive-Thru or Trapped in the Closet into a single video.
Oh man,
dude, I don't know what he was thinking. I was losing my shit though.
It wasn't meant to be funny, but by God, it was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. We got a game working. I'm sure it's on screen right now, and you're all seeing these little dots. You're hypnotized by the little guys going in a circle.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they're gonna probably look like little cars, and we're gonna have a little drive-through and some funny images. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, and I won't be sleepy. And I'll be rich. And no, it's gonna go great. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
I can't put it. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. We downloaded a car.
And there it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it's about midnight.
Yep.
I'm really, really sleepy.
I've crossed a threshold. I'm like at a point where I don't know about you. I don't know if I'm good to drive at like that level of sleepiness. I don't think I'm safe behind the wheel.
Thankfully, I'm not there because I do have to drive here in a sec.
Okay. Glad to hear it. I'm out of it. I'm out of it. I've been making microscopic changes to numbers to make a burger spin the correct way for like an hour.
Yeah, take a gander.
It hurt me.
We'll have to.
It hurt me.
We'll have to record some footage of us like showing how microscopic of changes you can make to these burgers.
Oh man.
Yeah. I've been making cars. I've been stealing stock images all day.
I feel like you've unlocked a new talent today, which is which is taking stock images and Google Street View, Google Earth, just grabbing it and taking things and making little sprites out of them. And honestly, they look great.
Thank you.
They look
Thank
fantastic.
You. Don't look too closely at them now. You might change your mind.
If they look too closely, we're going to lower the resolution.
Oh, man. I've been doing Photoshop work using a sprite, which is not what it's intended for, but it works and it looks okay, I think.
You move through a sprite like a fish in the water.
Thank you. I don't.
You glide through. I'm like, the most I can do at this point is fill a circle with a color. I know that's the G shortcut, and that's about all I know.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's. I think you're right. I think I did unlock a new talent today. So today was entirely spent going through stock image websites and Google Maps, taking the appropriate sprites and images we need, and like cutting around and in them and rearranging them and performing surgery on them.
Yeah.
But I think it turned out all right. And despite my immense tiredness, I think we got a lot done today. And I don't think we did I don't think we worked too hard. Like, I'm not overworked. I'm just sleepy because of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel fucked up. I feel appropriately tired for the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, CJ was doing that. So today we split off well without saying anything at all. We just like started doing our own thing. It just made sense. I started working on making the burger generator.
Yeah.
That was pretty. I expected it to be the last tricky thing that we had to do, and it was correct. It was tricky.
It turned out freaking great. It looks great. After an hour or two of working on the burgers and me helping you work on the burgers, I thought, you know what? I'm a hungry dude.
We did have to get some burgers.
We went and got a burger.
After just staring at these beautiful images that CJ cropped out. None of our images, no single ingredient came from the same burger. It is a Frankenstein of meat and sauce. And it's beautiful. And now you can, when you start the game, it generates a burger with anywhere from 1 to 10 unique ingredients. And it arranges them, it properly layers them. And we were testing doing some animation, and so now it bounces the ingredients around on the burger, and it's fantastic. We got some real it's completely random. We're not doing anything special to like make it a good burger. So I think one of my favorites was lettuce, cheese, tomato, and that's it.
Yeah. My personal favorite was 3 meats and a cheese between the second and third meat. That was my favorite one.
It's called a sloppy Tuesday.
And then there was the onion spring. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, we got like the onion sprites. We'll probably have to adjust because there's like some transparency issues that aren't interesting. But because of the way they looked, we had like onion back to back, and it almost kind of looked like a spring in the middle of the burger.
It's a good one. Tomato rocket. I was pretty fond of tomato rocket. The burger generation turned out great, dude.
Yeah. To the point where I'm like, maybe we just need burgers. Like
maybe
we can add fries and chicken nuggets and all the other things, and maybe that makes for like a better game. But the burgers are more fun.
Yes,
I feel like I would rather make like a bunch of different ingredients for the burgers than I would come up with like, what are we going to do with fries? You know, maybe add toppings to them. We could add like sauces. That's small, medium. There's not really anything interesting you can do.
all the other food items in my mind were just 3 different sizes and then 3 different choices, and that was it. And then nothing really interchangeable or mixable within that. Where's the burger? It's freaking limitless. Actually limitless.
Right. Maybe we add some of the other ones as like an easy, like part of the level difficulty.
Yeah.
Like remembering small fries is going to be a lot easier than remembering lettuce, tomato, meat.
Yeah, exactly. I think, dude, we should use the correct burgers that we have. We haven't done anything yet for really changing the way stuff's generated. It's all like completely random. I feel like what we should do is use the correct choices as a seed when you generate the fake ones, so that it generates something close to it, which could increase the difficulty.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Maybe like a resemblance variable, and the higher that variable is, the less random the other ingredients are in the burger. So much like if you put 1, then it's the same ingredients, maybe just shuffled around or something.
That's evil. That's that's evil. I didn't know we were gonna make them remember the order.
That's the game.
That could be interesting though. That I don't know how we would do that, but I bet we could.
That's a stretch goal.
Yeah.
No. When we set out to do this, I was thinking lettuce, meat is not the same as meat, lettuce.
I agree from like a philosophical stand. Like if you give me lettuce, beef, and lettuce, beef, lettuce, those are 2 different sandwiches.
Exactly.
I completely agree with that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, I think that might be something once we get to the point tomorrow where we're doing some play testing, we can see like what people are actually struggling with. I'd be curious to see.
Yeah.
Because we might find out that it's harder than we thought, or it might be too easy, and then it's like necessary to add that in.
Well, we'll see. I think. No, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
So really, I think the last thing that we have left, we haven't done any of the items other than the burgers. That shouldn't be too hard, especially now that we have the burgers. And then the design for the menu, the actual ordering game, that's all still just default assets other than it's just a bunch of buttons. We could definitely make that look a little bit cooler.
Oh, and the employees there now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's just an image right now, but he's there.
He's there and will get progressively more angry with you. I think that's the last big thing in my mind is making that look cool.
I think probably actual level creation, unless we wanted to make it endless and actually random, then we won't have to worry about level creation. But if we don't, then we will have to like come up with 10 different levels, which shouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, yeah, I think maybe we throw something together, get it out there, see what people think, see if it's difficult or not.
Also, sounds and dialogue, I think.
And music.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is implied. It's crazy how much like polish entails. But we got a lot of time tomorrow to work. We have about 2 days compared to like the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have a full day to work, and we've barely had half days up until now.
I mean, dude, yeah, we started today at like 3 or 4, and I feel like we got a lot done with the time we did. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that's it for tonight, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely say that's it for tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
So yeah. Hey.
It's it is
a week later.
exactly a week later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we recorded on a Friday last time.
Shit, you're right.
Damn. And now it's Friday again.
Damn. Hey, I bet you're wondering where the last day went. So are we, dude.
Yeah, for real. All right. Where do we start?
Yeah, so we made a game. Check it out. There it is.
Oh wow, look at that.
It's on
Whoa.
It's on itch.io. It's called
itch.
Rememburger.
It's called Rememburger. It became, it's so funny. It became funnier and funnier as we got closer to the deadline. At 3 a.m. on Saturday, it was really funny.
Yeah. I think you mean shit post here and shit post here. No, we made a game. Dude, I don't know what to talk about. I'm sleepy, not because of anything to do with the jam, because of something entirely different.
I think I'm still sleepy because of the game jam. I think it took psychic damage on me.
I think maybe so, dude. Maybe so.
Wow. I think we ended Friday feeling very confident. We should probably talk about that.
Oh yeah.
We were feeling really good. What did we have on Friday?
I think we had the game itself done. All of the bells and whistles took the entirety of Saturday, I believe, because we didn't have really sound. We didn't have the burger. The burger took me like half a day. Getting the burgers to look correct and be formatted, I think took, as expected. I'm pretty sure I said this last time. It took a long time to get that working. Yeah, we had planned for like burgers and sides and all that stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day, the burgers, not just because they took a long time to get right, but like, I think that's all you needed. Like,
yeah,
they were interesting.
The burgers were fun to look at. You could get some weird combinations of like tomato, cheese, lettuce. That was fun, and you just really wouldn't get that with the other things.
It really it's one of those instances where we had this big scope, but we honed in on one thing, and I think that was the right choice.
I think so. Yeah, that was more fun than any of the other stuff, even though the other stuff would have been like more accurate to an order. Yeah.
I don't think we had the guy, did we? The employee.
Oh no, we did not have the employee. That was so CJ proved this time that he's a god with a sprite and with taking like the most random disparate assets from Google Creative Commons and just running with it
Nah, it was just a stock image that I ran through a deep fryer. Dude.
Well, it looked great. It didn't look like it was photoshopped, even though there was a point where I think for the angry face, his eyes are literally upside down and his eyebrows angled. But when we ran it through the deep fryer, it looked great. Like you couldn't tell any of the artifacts from photoshopping.
If you lower the resolution enough, dude, any type of photoshopping looks perfect.
I mean, that's true. That's true. If you're making a game and you want to use real assets, just do a low resolution game. That way you can't tell.
Yeah. He's also, fun fact, voiced by Mark Brown, the host, the gracious host of our jam.
Yeah, it was.
He was kind enough to lend us his talents for free without him knowing.
It's. I feel like it's a given. Maybe not a given, but I feel like in the context of the jam, anything from Mark Brown's videos is free game. I think if it shows up in a video, his likeness, his voice, any of that is allowed because it's like part of the joke.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
And we're not making money off of this, Mark Brown.
Yeah, and you can tell by the. You couldn't tell it was his voice.
Nah.
It was just he needed an audio sample. We took that.
What's the audio like? You can have 3 seconds of a song or something.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. You probably use less than 3 seconds of his voice.
Does that count for like video essays or speeches or something?
I'm gonna say yes, although I have nothing to back that up.
Perfect. It's legally binding. Yeah. He was fun. I think I spent way longer on him than I should have. What else did we do that day? We really cleaned up because at first we just had Godot boxes for the cars.
Oh, right.
And I think that day I took a Google Maps image and we had to rework the actual loops and make them actual loops and not squares. And that meant getting rid of some like vestigial code that we no longer needed and like adding new code that we did need.
Yeah.
It wasn't a complete refactor, but it was a big bump in the road to McDonald's.
Yeah. And it is a McDonald's. I found a Reddit thread of like, these are the last McDonald's in the country that still have like the old style design where the roof is like kind of looks like a hat kind of.
Yeah.
We found one of those. We found one that has a green roof, which was apparently like one of the things back in the day.
I think it was blue, but like the filter turned it green.
I see. It's I think that made it look less like it was obviously a McDonald's building, but still very distinguishably as like a fast food restaurant.
Got it from if you ever been to Google Earth's, like the actual website, not just your Google Maps. You open it, you have to like sign in. You have a big like pomp and circumstance, like you can save locations all around the world, explore the world from your chair. And I'm like, I get that shit out of the way. Give me McDonald's, Virginia.
It really is. It's like, welcome to Google Earth.
It really was.
Explore the planet throughout time and space.
Okay, Siri, nearest McDonald's now.
Give me McDonald's.
But yeah, no, that's where that came from, and it worked really well.
Google Earth is really cool.
It is so cool. Yeah,
you can
downplaying it, but it's really cool.
They have the satellite images for different areas, and you can actually look at the same location at different points in time. And they went back all the way to like 1990 or something. I was like shocked that it went back that far.
Damn, dude, this is what Neil Armstrong saw when he looked down.
This was the McDonald's he saw from space.
I think that took a while. What else did we do that day? Oh,
one small step for man, one Big Mac for mankind.
We're cutting that. We can't. Where did my train of thought go?
We were talking about other things that took a long time.
Oh yeah, we had the actual narrative bit, like
yeah,
stringing together, the start screen to the gameplay to the different levels, and having the the employee, the guy that talks to you at the drive-thru, say different things depending on where you're at. Spoiler alert, he only says something not random in the first level.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first time he's like, "Hey, how are you?" And then the rest of the time it's just like some memey thing that he says.
It's like, why are you still here?
And the message is from your mom, who is a character we added. They are sequential. Unfortunately.
I didn't realize that.
They are sequential. And it is that sequentiality, spoiler alert, that causes our game to crash on the last level.
Oh, no. No, we're cutting this because we'll have that patched out before we release.
No, we got to be honest. We got to tell them why we weren't number one in the jam.
Because that's totally why.
Yeah. There was... Well, we'll get to it.
What else did we do Saturday? We were up till 3 a.m. that day.
There was a lot of shit we had to do for the cars.
There were,
and the pathfinding and crash. Like, we set up this whole system designed from the beginning such that you could create multiple stopping points, like i.e. windows at the fast food restaurant that you would stop at. And when we added a second one, it just didn't work. And it took a long time to figure out why. That was several hours.
That I do recall, yeah. So initially you stop at one window, and that's where the game happens, and you'd get it right, and you'd go on, and then we're like, wait, we need to make this real, You're ordering food, you got to pick it up at the next window.
Right.
So we added a second window, and that fucked everything. Just completely fucked it all up for some reason. That was, like Sam said, hours of going through spaghetti code.
Yeah. It started out so clean and became so dirty.
And not in the fun way.
No.
But after we got that done, it was like 3 a.m. and we went to bed.
Yeah. The game went until Sunday, and we did not work on it at all on Sunday. I was fucking tired. CJ was tired. And like part of it, like I was still working, like my normal job. I took off early on Thursday, but I had to work a full day on Wednesday, half day on Thursday, half day on Friday. So we'll talk about the results. I've been judging this with the same eyes that I did for Stretch Race last year, but we had significantly more. We had basically an extra day and a half last year compared to what we had this time.
Yeah, we didn't get the full time to work on it this time. So, like, I'm glad we got where we friggin' were.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we talk about? Do we talk about the release now that we've talked about what led up to it?
Is there anything else we wanted to say?
The music?
Oh my God. So we told you before that your homework is to listen. I don't know if we actually told you this. If we didn't already, go pause the video and go listen to all 10 minutes of Trapped in the Drive-Thru by Weird Al. Heavy inspiration for this, and CJ took that inspiration and ran with it for the music, and it is so good. It is so fucking good.
It's just a repetitive loop of Trapped in the Drive-Thru.
And it's not just the music. It's also a lot of the sound effects and other like cues in the game are like musical riffs taken from the thing, and they are fantastic.
Just a bunch of little Easter eggs for all you Weird Al / Trapped in the Closet fans. Trapped in the Drive-Thru. And a special thanks to that random dude on YouTube that showed me how to make a water drop sound with his mouth. He is the sound, not me. I didn't make the water drop sound in the song. He did. Thank him.
Shout out to that guy.
I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. What else?
I'm like looking back at the game, and I'm genuinely like, what did I do?
It was.
I know I coded a lot.
Yeah.
I know I did the burgers that took forever.
Yeah.
The burgers were just a huge. Let me
Oh, the burgers turned out perfect though.
Well, thank you.
They look so good. I think we already said this on Friday, but like coding the burgers, we got hungry and went and got Burger King.
We did.
It was good.
I also got burgers on Sunday.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was staring at them all day.
Dude, it works. Marketing works. I took the best parts of all the burgers and put them in a picture, and it made the burger look really delicious.
The challenge with the burger, and I think there was an extent that I maybe over-engineered it, but also I don't know how else you would have.
Yeah, no over-engineering, dude. This is perfect.
You had to like find a way to take, an arbitrary number of ingredients and position them not just in equidistance apart. That wouldn't work because then like the lettuce wouldn't be, or you want the cheese to be melting over the meat. You want the lettuce to be kind of overlapping a little bit, and that aspect of it was tough.
It was genius how you did it in the end, because I was thinking when we initially did this that we would be doing like sprite work for every single burger, and we would do some kind of like in Godot, it would paint the sprites over each other. But we didn't do that. We used the UI system in Godot, and it worked so fluidly well. Like, it's genius.
Thank you. It was. I'm happy with how it came out. I did try the sprite thing. I tried this like extremely low level, like essentially like going pixel by pixel, taking an array of images and then just copying it pixel by pixel. And I think I could have gotten that working. But this was a lot better because it let you do the animation where the burgers like explode apart. And you can see all the ingredients.
That was such a neat effect, like accidental effect. That was cool. Cool.
That was awesome.
I love when bugs become features. So I remember looking over. Sam said, "Look, you can do this," and like ran a slider across Godot, and the burger went wham. Like, whoa, that's going in the game.
Oh, that was. I love that. I'm so happy with everything related to the burgers. The way they move, the way they look. I wish we could have done even more. I wish we could have done more animations with them. It's great. I wish we could have had a feature where like. When the employee handed you the food, he was like holding out one of the burgers that you ordered on his hand.
That would have been amazing.
There's so many things we could have done given more time.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? It's gone. I got brain rot.
Nah, most of Saturday leading into 3 a.m. was just bug fixes. There was another big bug with the traffic thing that I had made where before, when we initially set it up, the cars would go in a square and then leave, I think. Now it was a circle, and there was at one point where two different tracks would overlap, and eventually traffic would build up there, and that took us a while to figure out. That was the whole vestigial code I was talking about. Basically, they had a ray cast that was like casting to where it shouldn't.
Right.
Because before we were like, it's a square. They got to detect around a sharp corner. They didn't have to do that anymore. They were still trying to do that. This is a mess, dude.
Turns out making like a fairly realistic traffic simulation was pretty difficult.
Initially, it was easy, but then fixing all the bugs that came with it that made traffic appear for no reason was hard. So yeah. True to life, it is. Traffic just appears, dude.
I hope we can find some recordings of the different iterations to show in the video, because there were some really great iterations of it, like one where the car would move to the car behind it at max speed, slam on the brakes, and then just like constantly like inch forward riding the person's ass. And I'm like, man, I know that this is just a Godot icon right now, but I know for a fact that is a lifted Dodge Ram. Like I know it. I know that guy has his brights on in the McDonald's parking lot and it's shining directly into my car.
Dude's blaring his like freaking boombox he's got in his back seat that shakes the whole ass building. I know that guy. I went to school with that guy.
I went to school with a lot of that guy.
I was friends with that guy, actually.
Oh man. Yeah. So we made the game. It was when we published it. I felt pretty good about it. Wasn't perfect. There were things that we wanted to add that we didn't, and there were a couple places that I think weren't as polished as I would have liked. But when we hit submit and uploaded it, I felt good.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
And then people tried to play it.
and then people tried to play it. And I, to this day, do not know what happened. I have not been able to replicate any of the issues people have reported. But there were the first two people who played it left a comment basically saying it doesn't work for them. There's something with the resolution that was causing assets to appear in the wrong position, or like appearing in a place that they couldn't be played. And when we were debugging, when we were playing the game, there was a way to get like this weird view, but it was such a specific thing. We didn't think it would be an issue because we were hard coding the resolution.
And then we went into the Godot website and hard coded the resolution there. So
Right.
like anyone playing it should, no matter what their screen resolution is, it should appear on their screen at this resolution.
Right. And I believe the issue is my fault. I don't know for sure, but I think it was my fault. So what happened? We made the game primarily on my PC and CJ's Windows laptop. I went to play the game, just do like a quick check the morning of. It was like 10:30 or something.
I was still asleep.
No. It wasn't 10:30. No, it was afternoon.
Okay.
I opened up the game and on my Apple laptop. It was like a 2013 or 13-inch MacBook Air. It was a normal laptop, like common enough laptop, and it just looked fucked up. It was the scaling was wrong. It was the same issue that we were seeing when we were editing it, but it was happening there, and I was like, well, my thought was it was trying, like, the scale of the window of the viewport in itch was not matching. It was scaled too big and it was showing the whole thing. So what I did is I went into the itch settings, which is allowed, like that. You're allowed to change settings on itch after release. I just have the resolution of the viewport, and it looked fine on my laptop. I checked on my iPad, it looked fine. I checked on my Windows, it looked fine. And then a couple hours later, two different people checked the game and were like, this isn't working for me. So CJ checked some things for me. I basically went back in and reverted the change to be the standard resolution and had CJ check, and that seemed to fix it. So
I worked on mine.
I don't know if you checked while I had the resolution lowered. I don't remember the timeline.
I know I was like asleep until 11:30 that day. I left your place and I was like, all right, it's 3 a.m. Surely I can wake up at like 9 or 10, make a few quick changes before the due date for this game. I woke up at 11:30, 30 minutes before his due, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna whatever.
Yeah. I woke up at like fucking 9.
Damn,
and I went and I ate breakfast and I'm like, I need to go back to bed. And then I woke up again at like 11.
Thank God he does these on a weekend. I don't think we would do anything if these were weekday events.
So anyway, something we've found through the game, through now that the results are out, is a lot of the games, even the most popular one, only got like max 20, 25 ratings. So having 2 bad ratings really does not, like, that is a lot. We got 16 total, and I'm pretty sure those 2 were pretty low. Actually 3. It was 2 people left comments on the game itself, and then 1 person left comments in the review.
It's such a shame that the only 2 comments on the game itself were that it's unplayable. Like, a lot of our comments on the Game Jam submission were pretty decent. In fact, there was one comment that warmed my fucking heart. Thank you, whoever you are, you hero.
Yeah, there were some very nice comments. After I reverted that change, it was fine. Nobody had any issues. And a lot of people left nice comments. I'm sure, the game was not perfect. I did not expect to get like number 1 or anything, especially with some of the stuff we weren't able to put in. But, I think we would have done better than we had without those 2. Possibly, I don't know how many people left a review and then didn't leave a comment, because we had more reviews than we did comments. So there was...
No, that's what I was saying, though. It's a shame that the only 2 comments on the game. So if you don't open the itch submission, or if you don't open the GMTK submission page, all you do is open the game and you see those 2 comments that it's unplayable. It's like, oh, I'm not even going to try this. And click off of it. Oh, it's sad.
It is. I shed some manly tears the next day. I felt really bad. I felt guilty. I just felt like, regardless, I was like, this fucking sucks. Like all that work and like people aren't gonna play it. People were blah blah blah. In the end, a handful of people played it and enjoyed it and had a good time. And that's all that I really care about.
Dude, all that matters was that one guy that said, "This is what game jams are about." I'm like, yes.
He said, "I love the disgusting art."
Yes.
And I was like, he gets it. He gets it, my boy.
That is a man of class right there. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want to... I don't really personally care that much about the results, but I feel like we should mention them here.
Sure. We'll set our overall ratings here if you want to see them, or you can just go to our submission page.
Yeah. If
you don't want to and don't want to open it, it's on the thing. It's on the TV right now. And if you don't want to look back at your screen, then it's fine. We won't talk. No, we'll say what they are.
Yeah. So narrative. So this is out of 9,000 submissions.
Real fast. Can we talk about how narrative is one of the categories in a game jam? I
suspect that is because there are a lot of people who are not who want to make like visual novels and stuff. That's who I think that's for. But it is an odd category, I think.
That makes more sense to me.
But I'm with you. We were looking at like the top games, and you could have a game that was number 5, number 1, number 3, number 2, in all these different categories, and then narrative it might be like 3,000th out of 9,000.
The narrative is that you're a mushroom that fights other mushrooms.
So yeah, that was a little odd. So somehow we are like 1,099 in narrative, and I think that is explicitly because we had a narrative at all.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I don't think we necessarily wrote a good story. I mean, I think the messages from Mom were pretty funny at times.
Yeah,
I think the like conceit of being trapped in a drive-through is funny, but I would. This was all like set dressing for the game. I would hardly call it a narrative, although it has an ending that I think is really funny.
The bad ending or the good ending?
The good ending. Well, when you actually complete the game.
I'm akin to the bad ending. I love the bad ending.
The bad ending is also really good.
The bad ending was something that Sam wrote at 3 a.m. We were like, what do we do for this? The game has to end if you don't beat it.
That's right. I wrote that in a haze, dude.
And I laughed my ass off. It was really good.
So yeah, narrative 1,099th out of 9,000 something.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That's crazy.
It's Yeah, like what you're saying, I feel like it has to be because there weren't that many, but still, it feels good. Artwork 1480 out of 9,000 something something something.
Thanks to all of the Shutterstock, all of the copyright-free images, all the stock photos, you got us through this.
Audio 2.5. Sorry, this is really small on my screen. 2569, I believe.
I'm surprised we got that high because one of the bugs that we do need to fix was the little jingles for getting an answer right or wrong are much louder than everything else. But like that was one of the last sound effects we added that night. So oversight.
The audio was fantastic. The mixing,
yeah.
Ironically, it would have taken like 15 seconds, and we probably should have just done it. But it is what you have to decide when to stop at a certain point.
And on top of that, if you haven't heard "Trapped in the Closet" / "Trapped in the Drive-Thru," the little jingles just sound like really badly made Atari jingles. But they are jokes along with everything else in this game, I promise.
I guess I didn't think about that.
They're like, from an outsider perspective, they probably don't sound good at all.
To me, it sounded so good, and I laughed so hard.
To me, they also sounded pretty good.
So audio, I think we could have done a lot better with like a tiny bit more work, or just like a couple of adjustments. But I stand by. I think the music you did was fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Creativity 3088. I mean, it's a memory game.
Yeah.
I do think we like succeeded in our goal of not copying an existing game, but I don't think the game we came up with was like particularly like interesting, or it wasn't a great show of game design prowess. Sure. It's a memory game. I was kind of hoping when we came up with the idea that by the time we had implemented it, we would find opportunities to make it more interesting, and that just didn't really happen.
No, I think something to look out for next year. Again, which we did a lot better this year.
Yeah.
But I think next year, again, we need to look out for getting the game done so that we can iterate on it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a great foundation for something else, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's fun, it's funny. I don't think it's amazing on its own, but it's a pretty good foundation for something else.
Yeah. I completely agree. It's so funny, like not funny, but the goal, and we've said this several times, was like get a prototype made day one. Day two, have a fully working game. We did. And it's just crazy like how much there's so much time taken up by everything else, and you don't realize like I felt so confident. I'm like, we have the game, it's done. It's not done. I think maybe something I would want to do differently next time is I think we got to those points where we were done, but maybe I think maybe we could have tried to do things closer to how they were going to be in the final version. Like how much time would we have saved debugging the traffic system if we had just taken the 30 minutes it would have taken to find an image of the actual map we want to use and then build it around that.
That's yeah.
And I think that tendency comes from me to just like block everything out first. I think maybe in a long-term project that makes sense, but I don't know if it's the right move for a game jam. Like you don't have a lot of time to redo things.
I think you're right. And that's me too. Like the whole way I learned programming was like get like pseudocode, the whole way I learned like most things I do, writing, make a skeleton of what you want and then add to that. And that's I don't know how that works well in a game jam unless the skeleton is like super super bare minimum. Like what we had made was basically a prototype to the playable game, but nothing looked right and it didn't play like it was close to what we wanted but not quite there.
Right.
I think we map it all out first and then try to get it as close to the final product as possible for the prototype. I think that might be the smart way. Maybe I'm saying like basic dumb bitch stuff, but like it didn't hit me during this game jam.
it's subtle. Like I think the difference, it's a difference in mindset and approach that is not completely obvious at the outset. And like you said, I think in other situations this would be the right approach. It's just you can't do it that way for a game. There's not a lot of time. You want to iterate on the things that make the game better, not things like assets.
Yeah.
And map design and stuff like that.
And then the final one, our lowest rank, enjoyment. We're number 4,495, and I know exactly why. If not for the fact that some people couldn't play it, like our last minute decision was like, this game's too easy. Let's make it really fucking hard at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I think probably both people who, at least 3 people had to have rated it like 1 or 2. That's gonna tank it. And then, like you said, it was too hard. It was too hard. If we had taken the time or had the time to like fully actually play through the whole finished thing that we put on Godot, I think we would have seen that like this. It was too hard. It was too hard at the end. And
this may come as a surprise to you guys, but there was no playtesting done in Rememburger.
we played through it once. You played through it once.
Yes, but I think that was even before we
it was
the difficulty.
It was.
I played through it once, like, this is too easy. It's 3 a.m. Let's make it a little bit harder.
Yeah. And I was like, well, it's easy. It's easy to make it harder. All we have to do is change the things, and that made it too hard and crashed the game. So
I think what really made it too hard, well, from where it was now, I think this was the right move, but I think it did make it too hard, was changing the temperament bar, the patience bar for the employee to be consistent through, like, when we play tested it, every time you go to the window, he's back to 100% patience.
Right.
And you have that much time to solve this puzzle. One of the last decisions we made before, I don't think we play tested this afterwards, was making it to where every time you go to the window, he has the same patience he had before because it's the same guy, which makes sense, and I think it was right, but I also think it made it way too hard at the last second.
Yeah. I think that and the penalty you got for using your phone was way too punishing. Yeah. Like, to the point where in the last level, there were, I think, 4 or 5 burgers that you had to memorize. You did not have enough time to scroll to the bottom of your phone before the timer went out. And that was too much. That was too difficult.
I think,
like, it made the phone basically useless.
Did we talk about that whole system?
I don't know. We didn't.
So you get sent a message from your mother to pick up some burgers of various shapes and sizes. And you get to the window and your phone automatically like minimizes itself, goes to the bottom of the screen. And you can't see what your mom ordered. And you're supposed to memorize that. You can bring your phone up, but there's a screen. The employee's looking at you while you're taking his order, or while he's taking your order. So if you bring up your phone, his patience goes down because he's like, oh my God, I gotta wait for this fucker. So we made it to where when you pull the phone up, you can see the order and you can like pick it out, but it makes his patience go down a bit too fast.
a little bit too fast. I tweaked it. I think it's at the release version, it lowered it 10 times as fast as the other version. I landed on, I think, like 4 times as fast.
Okay.
Like a huge drop. I think it's a great mechanic. Like, genuinely, I think it's one of the more interesting parts of the game was that idea. But it was just too punishing.
And we haven't even talked like you did. You said you went back and you made some changes to it. We're gonna hopefully have those pushed out before this video releases.
Yeah. The version you play, we'll leave a note in itch. It'll be playable to the end. We'll get rid of all the game breaking bugs. Maybe do a little bit of audio mixing.
Yes.
But I don't think we're gonna change a ton of stuff. I'd like to leave it mostly intact, just a little bit more playable.
I wanna add stuff to the menu. So the menu behind the employees just sort of black right now. There's nothing there. We were gonna have like ads there, maybe even more choices, but I think this makes the most sense how we did it, like tactfully. Dude, I'm so sleepy.
I think it made it fine. I would have liked to have had something there. It looked very empty. But yeah. Okay, so that's how we did. We kind of discussed like what we would do differently, and what we will do differently for next time. All right. Well, I wanted to talk kind of at the end, like some of the other games we played.
Oh yeah.
The things that we liked. I will start. Okay, so at the time of doing this video, the results have been published. The video has not been made yet. So eventually Mark is going to make a video about the games and which ones he liked and which ones he didn't, blah, 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 blah. So the ones we're talking about aren't influenced at all by like what the ranking. Well, we did play some of the ones that were ranked highly afterward, but these are not these like if for some reason all of our picks were in the video, that was not intentional. So my favorite I think was Loop Pedal. That game was so cool. CJ had the idea very early on of doing something with like music loops, and we had some good ideas there. But this team came up with an idea, and we'll put back here on the screen. We'll put credits to the team. We'll put some footage of that game and everything back there. It'll be great. Loop Pedal is a game where you like have different little instruments that are basically like conditional gates and function like logic programming, and use it to come up with combinations of music, and it's represented as different colors. So the audience will ask for an orange song, and you'll have to combine the red box and the yellow box, and it'll make the orange. And it adds progressively more instruments that you can play with, and different tools, high pass, low pass, joiners. It was so smart and so cool and so well done. Just like a clean, perfect little encapsulation of an idea.
It tickled both my programmer and my like musician brain at the same time. It is so good. And it simplified it all down to colors, and I'm like, look at that. You can make purple, and it sounds good.
I made purple. If you play this game and you figure the game alludes to there being secret colors, we can't figure them out.
Yeah, dude, tell us what those are.
If you figure it out, I would love to know. I'm desperate. CJ's first thought was trying to do green and red to make Christmas music. Unfortunately, that didn't work.
Yeah, so it's like only the three like red, yellow, blue, right? Got your basic art or colors. Dude, I'm so sleepy. and they each play their own thing. So my thought was, the secret will be that it'll play something different, but it did not. At least not for red and green.
Maybe they're just jerks and they put that in, and there's no secret.
Well, hats off to them because that's funny.
That is really funny if true. What's a game you played that you liked? I say as I was in the room as you played the game.
I want to lump two of these together, not because they did the same thing, but they do a similar thing, and I like both of their ideas. Pimby's Workaround and Mobia's Trip.
Let me say right here, I love Pimby. I will die for Pimby. I would pay $200 for a plush of Pimby. Yeah. I will get Pimby tattooed on my body. I love them. The game is also great, but I'm obsessed with Pimby. I am the number one Pimby fan in the world.
Please release the Pimby merch, creators. He or she, they are adorable.
I am frothing at the mouth.
So both of these games are platformers that take Pac-Man's concept, where you go to the edge of the screen and it teleports to the other side, and lets you do that anywhere. So in both of these games, the screen scrolls with your character, but at any time you can stop it from scrolling and then move to the edge of whatever side, like top or bottom, left or right, and it'll scroll to the other side. That is a great way of implementing loop into a platformer. Both of these I opened up and was like, oh no, a platformer. I'm probably not going to enjoy this. And then I enjoyed it, and I'm the asshole.
They were both like surprisingly different in their approaches, despite being the same concept, which I thought was really interesting. Pimby, it was you could go to any edge of the screen and you would loop around by like clicking the right mouse button or something. With what was the other one? I'm sorry.
Mobius Trip, which is funny.
It
Mobius
is really
Strip.
Mobius Trip, you had like a little firefly light around you, and you could kind of control the exact position. So it's like you have a square inside of your screen. So it's not the edge, but it's the edge of this square. It was completely different take on the idea, and also more of like, I would say Pimby's more like a Mario, and that one's more like a Metroid. They're both platformers with like, platform mechanics, but they were both great.
Well, very, very interesting. And they had some cool things you could do with them that, like Mobius Trip, one of the cool things was if you loop forever downwards, you'll like build up momentum and you can break through some of the floors. That was a neat way to use that mechanic.
Oh, yeah.
Pimby had a boomerang that you could jump on. It is cool.
That one with the Mobius Trip, I felt like those developers probably could have come up with enough ideas to make it into like, maybe not even a Metroid. I hate this word, Metroidvania, where you have all the tools available to you at the beginning, but it's locked behind your knowledge of the mechanic. I think there's a lot of really interesting things you could do with that idea. Maybe a little bit more so than Pimby.
Now, Pimby was very straightforward. It was like 3 levels, and then it was done, and you got the best ending screen ever. Go play it. We won't spoil it.
It's great.
It's good.
It's great. I love Pimby. I love both of them, but I love, separated from the game, I love Pimby. Okay. There was one I played that I actually haven't talked to you about yet. I forgot the name of it. I will put it up on the screen. I'm terribly sorry.
Dang, I can't Google it. I can't search it.
No. So it was a game that I really struggled with the controls. I didn't really understand what the goal of the game was or what I was doing. Like, I had a little bit of trouble with it, but I stuck it through because I was like, well, I would want somebody to do the same for me. Like, I wouldn't want somebody to dismiss, based off of that. So the premise of the game, from what I could gather, is you are an ant and you need to go out and like collect different items to bring back to your anthill, but you weren't really exactly like going out and coming back. You're walking in a circle around the anthill, and then you, as the player, are able to spawn in different items. So you're able to spawn in like bushes or water or different things that the ant can pick up, and basically it's kind of like an idle clicker. Once you really get into it, you click button to make more ant come can get food faster, get food faster, make more ant, make different type of ant. It was like a clicker, but the music was very good. And I don't know if it was original. I believe it was something from Earthbound based on what the comments were saying. But it was really good and it fit very well. And
was it called Spiral of Ants?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Found it.
Here's me, Spiral of Ants. Now we can go back and add that in earlier in the game.
Oh, I can Google it. Yeah, so the audio got, if it is just a song from Earthbound, the audio got ranked 656, which is kind of crazy.
Somebody in the comments said that it was like, I love the sound from Earthbound. I don't, if it was like a song that this person wrote, it is incredible. It is very good.
Yeah, a lot of the comments are talking about how good the music is. I'll have to try this after we jump off here.
But yeah, I think my point of that is, even in games that I wasn't necessarily, I don't think I would have ranked that number one. I did enjoy it, and I thought it was an interesting game. And I enjoyed just like playing, spending a little bit of time in this person's mind, and seeing like what they thought of and the decisions that they made. And it was really good.
That is the funnest part about game jams, dude.
It's like when you would go and look at a bunch of Flash games of dating ourselves, but
it's not like what some big wig in a studio, AAA game studio, came up with. It's what like some dude was like, I have an idea, I want to make. That's like the best thing about game jams.
yeah. It's just somebody like fulfilling an idea to completion, and all of the little decisions that they make add a little bit of character, and just like tell a story of who this person is without you ever really like actually talking to them.
I played a little one called Banjo, and I like banjos. I like I like folk music, and I like puzzles. I was too sleepy to play this game, but it was fun.
Banjo was mind-bending. It was insane.
Pun intended.
We'll have footage. We'll have footage back there. But it's like you're using the power of your banjo to like bend these levels into a loop around you. It is very cool, and like, I don't know if I could do that in 4 days. I'm like, that was very impressive. The level designs were really interesting. There were lots of cool ideas that they were able to do. Banjo was fantastic.
I'm a sucker for a good like Sokoban push box. I know you weren't pushing the box, but you were basically pushing your character to a hole to win.
Push hole.
I think that's something different. But yeah, no, I'm a sucker for a good Sokoban, and it was a really good one.
It was.
And also, I'm just now realizing, looking at our submissions for all the game jams we've been in, all 3 of them, they're all just pun names, Sam. I don't think we can keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with this.
I think next year we gotta not do that.
No.
It can't be our signature. It can't.
Caterpillar. Stretchris, Rememburger.
It wasn't even supposed to be Rememburger.
No, see,
we got back from McDonald's like, dude, Rememburger.
He was like, we're not gonna call it this, but I just wanted to say Rememburger. And I was like, yeah, we're not gonna call it that. That's correct.
That's so stupid.
Here we are.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Rememburger was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
And now we're stuck with it. So, yeah. But it fits so fucking well.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, that was fun. Overall, it was fun. I'm dead inside, but it was fun.
I'm dead inside. I'm mentally still recovering. I wish, in retrospect, I'm like, I should have woken up at 5 a.m. or I should have woken up on Sunday morning and
5 a.m., 2 hours later.
Did a bunch of tests. Yeah, like 2 hours later. Did a bunch of tests, polished it up before we went. And, you gotta decide when to call it. And I felt like this one was very close to being a lot better than what it was. But it is what it is. It is exactly the version that we published on Itch, and that is, yeah.
Thanks to the 13 people that rated it, anyone that played it, and thanks to you, dear viewer, who are going to play it right now. Thanks to anyone that plays it after this video. You guys are the real MVPs.
You can find this game and lots of other games too at your local itch.io.
Du love Arthur.